So if you couldn't tell by the title, this is how to tell if your horse is ready for his first ride or how to get your horse ready for his first ride. So what we're going to do first is take a look at my now 3-year-old gelding, Jericho. So his first ride was back in November, like towards the end of November, and I will be showing clips of how I got him ready, how I prepared him for that, and then eventually when I got on him and actually rode him. Okay, so I just wanted to give y'all a quick disclaimer. I am not a professional by any means, so everything I say in this video is just my opinion. It's just the way I do things. So if you don't like it, yeah, you can leave. It's fine. I will miss you. You will be missed, but it's fine. So just wanted to get that out there. Don't take what I say to heart or anything. And that's, like, I'm not saying this is the only way to do things. This is just how I did things and how I'm doing things right now. So thank you. And on with the video. First thing I did was lots of groundwork with Jericho to prepare him just for anything, because if your horse does not know any cues at all, then it's not ready to be ridden. It shouldn't be ridden. I mean, you can get on him, but I mean, it just makes it harder to teach them their cues, and it makes it harder to understand things. So I just like to teach mine their cues beforehand and on the ground, because whatever they do on the ground, they'll eventually know how to do under saddle. And so then, on the first day of riding Jericho, I lunged him after I tacked him up. I just lunged him under saddle. This was his first time ever being lunged under saddle. And he did great. He listened to my cues. It didn't change anything. And he was just a very good boy.
Up. Get past that gate. Good job. Easy.
So this is the next part where I mount Jericho. And this was before I taught him how to line up. So basically, I put the lead rope back on him after I finished lunging him. And I left the lead rope on him. That's what I would recommend. The first ride, leave the halter and lead rope on, just in case, because your horse is going to be more familiar with the cues from the lead rope than they are from, reins or a bridle. So I personally did not use a bridle for his first ride. That was just my choice, and I don't regret it. He did good. What I did was just take a pair of roping reins and I clipped them to the sides of the halter so that I had those for control, like to steer him. But if I needed like anything extra, I would use the lead rope.
No treats yet. Already had one. I mean, you've had two so far.
So right here, he got a little nervous when I tried to get on him, which it's fine. He got better. He's better now. This was just his first time getting mounted in the round pen, but he still did good regardless. If I could change one thing, I would have taught him how to line up before, but I didn't have a mounting block yet, but now we do, so there we go. So once I finally got him back, I just got on him and I laid across his back first before actually sitting in the saddle, just to get him used to that weight once again. And yes, I did ride with bumper spurs. I did not use them this day, but I like to use them to teach him to soften up, because at this point he doesn't really know that that kicking him or any leg pressure at all means to go, And so this is what a lot of, after I got on him, he kind of just sat there because he didn't know what to do. And to be honest, my plan for this day wasn't to even ride him. It was just to sit on him. But you know what? He was so chill about it. I just changed my mind and like, yeah, we're doing this. So I tried to get him to go. I was gentle about it. So what I did was I used some cues. Like I used the walking cue. I clucked to him and then I kicked him at the same time. But really what you want to do is take the reins because they know how to lead. If they know how to lead and they know how to turn to the side based off of side pressure and release, then they should know how to do that with some reins. So I just pulled to one side, and then once he took a step, I straightened out, and I kept kicking him. Just lightly, nothing hard. And eventually he got it, and once he walked forward, I rewarded him. I stopped, and I let him know that this, like, if you walk, then I'm going to stop kicking you. And if I could change one thing about this, I would have ground driven him first. And he still needs that now. I think he would benefit from him. So I would recommend ground driving with your horse before their first ride. But that's just me.
No. No, sir. You're not leaving yet. Good job. No. You.
So what I would recommend doing on your first ride with your horse is just stay chill the whole time. Don't ask for anything crazy. Just walk around, get them used to the feel of someone on their back, and moving. And if you do happen to go into a trot, I would recommend sitting it, not posting, because when you post, that creates a sound, that creates a shift in pressure, and they're going to be like, what the heck are you doing up there? So I would recommend sitting it for a while until they get used to the feel of someone in the saddle and the feel of you moving. Another thing I would like to add is you should stay calm. Now, of course, you should probably be doing this with any horse, even a sound like fully finished horse. But with babies and with horses that are new to riding, it's even more so. It's just really important to stay calm. If they freak out, you just need to stay nice and calm. If they buck, you know what to do. At least you should. If they buck, turn them in a circle. It's fine. Stay calm. If they rear, same thing. Put your weight down forward. Just turn them in a circle. You're fine. Calm them down. It's their first time. They're babies. They're still learning. Even if they're not babies, they're still learning. And they're still new to this. So you need to be patient with them. You need to be calm. No matter the circumstance. If you want to freak out, just wait till you get off. Okay? I mean, unless you want the adrenaline rush of being thrown forward or a bolting horse, but I wouldn't recommend any of those things. So just make sure to stay calm.
He's learning the neck rein. He's just being a really good boy.
Alright, so the next horse we're going to look at is my other 3-year-old gelding, Prince, who has not yet had his first official ride, but I wanted to show y'all him, and I wanted to show the steps of how I'm getting him ready and preparing him for his first ride. So if y'all don't know Prince, he is my, like I said, 3-year-old gelding, my other one. He is also known as Double W, a French 6-pack. He's by Frenchman 6- and out of 6 Martinis Nonstop. So yeah, he's from an interesting background or bloodline, and he, like, over the summer, if you weren't following then, he went anemic, so he was kind of put on the back burner while he was healing, and so he didn't get the chance to have as much groundwork as Jericho did, but I did make up for it, and I mounted him a couple of times, just saddled him some more times to get him used to that, and like I said, he didn't have as much work before saddling with lunging, but you know, he got all that after. And he's an interesting one, I'll tell you. You'll see in the next few clips. If you aren't familiar with the Frenchman's Guide and, you know, his sire, Sunfrost, or if you aren't familiar with those bloodlines, basically, those horses like to buck. And it's just fun for them. And so, Prince is one of those. He likes to buck during lunging, so he's very different from Jericho. And I was kind of hesitant to get on him and actually ride him. But, you know what? I've kind of gotten to that point where I don't think he'll buck under saddle. He might, but even if he does, I know what to do. So I'll show you in the next few clips of him from today. And he can actually lunge without bucking. He's getting better about it. I promise. I am lining Prince up. This is his second time lining up. So he hasn't gotten it quite mastered yet, but he's doing pretty good. So I have to walk him around the mounting block a couple of times just to get him in a position for me to actually be able to get on. And he does pretty good. And this is why I really recommend teaching your horse to line up before your first ride. I didn't do that with Jerry, only because I didn't have a mounting block though. I also have to work on just getting him further and into a position where I can actually step on him. So I ran out of treats. I had one left, but I was saving that for the end. So I had to get on and off a bit, you know, just to get him forward. But I finally got him to stay still. We're still working on this part. But he finally let me get on. And I sat there. He was ready to go. Like, I could have ridden him today. But I chose not to because I wasn't mentally prepared. I hadn't mentally prepared myself for this. So, hopefully next time he'll be better with lunging and do even better than he did today. And I can ride him and he'll do great. Alright, so that's all I have for this video. I hope that it helps anyone that's looking for a guide. I mean, once again, I'm not a professional by any means. This is just my opinion. This is how I did things personally. And I hope it helps. I hope you can learn something. And just leave a comment of what you thought. Make sure to like this video if you like it. Dislike it if you don't. And share it if you would recommend it to another person. Give me feedback. I mean, tips and tricks of what you would have done. Put your opinion in the comments. You can always do that. Feel free to do that on any of my videos. But just subscribe if you feel like you want to. And come back for more adventures. There will be plenty more interesting adventures. Goodbye.